Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another exciting episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. In the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana, now they love him in Japan. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And tonight, we have a special guest. We have a man who I unofficially call the sleeper hit. A man who is a two-time, what was it? Triple threat. Well, right now he's a double threat. But hey, it would not surprise me if somewhere in this episode he mentions a third thing that he does real unique. He is a wrestler. He is an artist. He just kicked ass at the Student Showcase 2. Everybody, welcome Nightmare Factory Class 2 graduate Lewis Lessons. Everybody.
Woo! Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Lewis, I gotta say, man, really and truly, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I know we were supposed to have you on like a week or two ago, but we had a crazy couple of weeks, man. Like schedules going here and there, and like I was like, oh man. And then like we had a schedule clash, so I was like, man, I hope Lewis doesn't think I'm a jerk, man, because I really saw that showcase. I really want to get him on here. I really want to have this man as part, as on our show, because he was so impressive in that battle royal. I saw you, man, and I was like, yo, this man here, man, hey, if the wrong person underestimates you, it's a wrap. That's like some kind of like Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, Juventud Guerrera type ish going on there, man.
I love it.
I gotta say, y'all really threw down in that Student Showcase too, man. Like real talk. Matter of fact, you're Puerto Rican, right?
Oh yeah, I'm everything, man. I'm Puerto Rican, Italian, Greek, Native American, Senegal. Man. I'm like the mixed Bruno Mars.
Man, if I was Carlito Calon,
okay,
Primo Epico, or Carlos, I'd be like, yo, let's get this man here to WCCW?
Mm-hmm.
The World, I think it's World Wrestling Council, the WWC, World Wrestling Council in Puerto Rico. I would have been calling you to get you down there, man. That was impressive what y'all did, man.
Thank you. Like, obviously we have the best teachers,
Yeah, but I gotta. So what I normally do with a lot of our guests, I normally take a time traveling trip back in the past, and one of the first questions I normally ask them is regarding what started their fandom. So I just gotta ask, what was the pay-per-view or wrestling event, or what made you become a fan of professional wrestling?
I mean, I guess like everybody as a kid, it was, flipping through the channels and then stopping on, WWE or WWF, whatever it was back in the day. I'm talking about like Barbershop Window, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty back in those days.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So as a kid, just starting then and then, going to a house show, Bret Hart back in the day, and then pretty much everything that was in New York growing up, it was just, we had to go to, Mania, Survivor Series, the Rumble, just anything that was at the Garden. It was just wrestling became, life. Like, so one thing I've been a fan of my whole life, and never would have thought I'd end up here, but the universe is amazing,
Yeah, man. So you grew up in New York, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. Long Island. So got out of there,
man.
Moved down to Florida, now just enjoying life.
New York has one of the most unique and craziest fan bases, and I love it, man. It's funny how they come up with some of these chants. I'm like, man, only in New York. I'll never forget It was WrestleMania 29, which was at the which was in New Jersey, and I forgot what I forgot what the name of the stadium was, but it's the big stadium. Oh, the MetLife.
Yeah.
And I remember the Fandango had gotten popular. Fandango was a heel, and he got popular. And they were singing, they were humming the tune. And I remember I saw a video of them taking a train after WrestleMania back from New Jersey to New York, and they were going da 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 all in unison. And then one guy said, "Stop, stop, stop, guys! You need to let the A breathe." And then they kept on singing.
It's the best.
I was like, man, that's
like you said, New York.
You gotta
fans,
love New York.
Woo, like they'll give it to you how it is. They don't sugarcoat anything. It's hard to get them to love you, but once they do, they have your back forever.
And the thing about New York, another thing I like about New York is that, well, before COVID, it wasn't a matter of if there was a wrestling show. It's which one you wanted to see. Because I live in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn. I'm in North Carolina right now, but I lived in Brooklyn. I remember they have some weekends, I'd be like, oh, PWS got a show over in New Jersey, but the Bronx Wrestling Federation has a show tonight too. And then House of Glory has one right around the corner in Brooklyn. Like, which one do I want to go to tonight? And then you had like FWE and all these other places. Like at one time, like there were like so many shows on a weekend, and it was just so crazy, man. I tell you, man, I miss going to shows, but I miss going to shows, especially in New York. Like it's really cool. It's there's nothing like it.
And we're back. At least the world's coming back to normal, right? So we'll be able to do all that again soon. I'm really, excited for that.
Oh yeah. So now that you're a fan, you became a fan. You're cheering your favorites. You're booing the bad guys and whatnot. Did you ever get a chance to like meet any of the wrestlers that you actually cheered for growing up?
Oh yeah, of course. So when The Rock wrote his first book back in the day, we met him at a book signing, and the two things I remembered were, one, he was the nicest guy I'd ever met. Like, I'd met a lot of wrestlers, and some aren't, so nice, some whatever. But he was the most humble, asking me questions, and then when he shook my hand, his fingers went up to like my elbow. That's one thing I'll never forget. Like, the guy's a monster, but the coolest guy I've ever met. Like, it's not BS when he says all the, be humble, whatever his mottos are. Like, he's probably, the most genuine one that I could think of. Like I said, I met other ones, but I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but they're not all as nice as he was.
Yeah, The Rock was growing up. The Rock was one of my favorites, man. I remembered I'd always do the people's eyebrow. I remember one time when he started having sideburns, I started, getting the sideburns. I tell my barber, I'm like, do whatever you want, just don't mess up the sideburns. And man, oh geez.
Did you do the little point in the back? I used to have the little point in the back.
That's right.
Yeah, I did. I think I did it too. Well, in my school, you couldn't really have any designs.
Okay.
So I kind of like just had them line the bottom and make it like straight. But yeah, man, yeah. Back in them days, like if you're Jackson, they call it the Jackson. I don't know why they call it, because I grew up in Guyana, and they call it your Jackson, when it's actually sideburns. And yeah, man, like if you didn't have these on point, people would make fun of you and all that stuff. Like, man. Yeah, man, I tell you.
I love it. Yeah, but Rock, obviously growing up, it was him. Mr. Perfect, Macho Man, RVD was a big, influence, all that. But you know how it is. There's so many great wrestlers. Eddie Guerrero, like it's just. I wish I could be a fraction of what they are. They're just amazing.
Yeah, man. Back then, oh man, wrestling was something, man. I tell you. Whew. And it's just like I grew up watching like Mario Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, and it's just something like when you meet them in person, it's like, wow. Like when I met Mario Jannetty, I was like, man, you guys were like part of my first ever favorite tag team. You and Shawn Michaels, man, yo, y'all rocked. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you guys were my first favorite. Then I had the American Males. It was Marcus Bagwell and Scotty Riggs. And then it was London and Kendrick. And then he was like, Mario Jannetty was like, who's the American Male? Who are the American Males? And then some other wrestler was like, "Oh yeah, that was Bagwell and Riggs." I'm like, "Oh okay." And then he's like, "Oh okay." Yeah, man. It's nothing like meeting the guys that you actually grew up watching.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
so the next question I got is how did your journey go from fan to professional wrestler? Like, what made you decide to take that path? How did training go and so
it's
on?
so crazy just how everything works and the universe has a plan. Like we sold our house in New York to get closer to Jacksonville because I just believe in everything AEW and just the future of wrestling in general is just great now. It's just I feel like such an amazing time with everything. But Karma got accepted to the school she applied, and before she even got accepted, she in her heart believed like I'm going in January. I'm already accepted. I don't care what they say. I'm going to train like I'm accepted. Like she's up every morning at 5 a.m. doing fasted cardio, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, because I'm going to the school. I'm already accepted. I'm like, okay, I love it. Thoughts become things. I'm all about positivity and just cutting all out negative, all that. And when they emailed her, it's like, wow, you got it. And she's like, you should do it too. You should do it too. It's your dream, blah, 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 blah. And it turned out that somebody had canceled last minute so they could squeeze me in. And it was the best decision ever because I would have regretted it forever if she did it without me. And now I'm just so blessed and thankful to, have gone to pretty much the Harvard of wrestling schools. Like, you see the teachers, like, these aren't bums. These guys have been doing it for decades. They mastered the craft.
Oh yeah. So I was telling I forgot who it was I told. I think it may have been Rob. Who was the last guy we had on? It was Trip Jordan. Not Trip Jordan. No.
Rude Dragon.
Rude Dragon. I was telling Rude Dragon that I know Glacier. I'm not gonna call him by his shoot name, but I'm gonna call because I'm a fan. Like 1990s Rock said, "Know your role." I know my role as a fan. So I call him Glacier. Unless he tells me otherwise, because I'm not trying to get one of them cryonic kicks to my face. Whenever I told Rude Jordan, I told Rude Dragon, I'm like, Rude Dragon, when I see Glacier was cool back in the 90s, man. And I was like, if I were part of creative, his character would have gone longer. And I'll die on that hill. His character would have gone longer than what WCW did with it. It would have gone to like world champion, like he would have been a world. I was writing for him.
He's great. Him and Ernest the Cat Miller, both of them, man. They will kick your head off.
3-time karate champ.
Yeah, like they're legit. Like they will kick your head off your body. But Glacier's the nicest guy. Like I cannot say enough great things about that man, Remy and Rob. He's the nicest, one of the nicest men I've ever met in my life. Like just everything about him is just a great man.
Yeah, and he still got it too. Like I saw him in that Battle Royal like a couple years ago, 2018, and I marked. I normally don't mark him, but I marked. I was like, "Yo, that's Glacier. He's coming down." He had like the mist coming out of his like he was spitting mist at people. I was like, "Yo, that's cool, man."
Yeah, hit you
it was
with
great
the chop.
to see him again.
You know it. He's still a lot still got. Look at Sting. Sting just killed it at the pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you got accepted. And like I said, when you came out there, you definitely showed out. I mean, you had people like the New York Menace who was killing it. Jet Day who had a lot of charisma. I mean, Jet Day.
Yeah, people love him.
I never forget when he came out.
He's awesome. You should have him, Jacob. He's great, another great guy, and he's his whatever. That was all him with the table party guy. Like. I love it. I feel like he's more over than everybody. I read in the comments, they're like, Jet D, blah, blah, blah. Like, hilarious.
So what we saw, so that's the plan actually. So we Jet Day, if you're listening, bro, we coming for you too, brother. So don't go too far. But when I first saw all y'all graduated, I was like, you know what? Let's try to get all these graduates onto the show. And that's why you see like there's been a pattern. You had Diamond Sheik. I'm very proud of him too. He was on this show as part of our 15 minutes of fan segment where I interview wrestling fans, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to train to become a wrestler," and then he graduated, and we were very proud of him. And then he had like Dean Hiram,
all great guys.
Dean,
everybody,
and
like brotherhood. Everybody, we had a great class, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak to everybody.
Yeah, and thank you for actually giving good because I know y'all are planning your next steps, like to further your career and get your name out there and reach each of you reach your end goal. So we're very grateful for y'all to give us these opportunities as well. And like I said, that student showcase, I know I told Rude Dragon, I forgot who else I told, but I enjoyed that show. And the WWE fan base is probably going to want to kick my ass for this. I enjoyed that student showcase more than like half of what WWE's pay-per-view had.
I know what you're going to say.
I'm just saying that.
I know.
I'm not just saying that. I legitimately enjoyed that student showcase more than what WWE's last pay-per-view had. And people were like, I'm like, yeah, man, it was that enjoyable, man,
Thank you. Like, we tried. Like,
it was very enjoyable, the from the first match, which was Rude Dragon and Trip Jordy, to the tag team match, to the women's match, Spencer Kitts,
yep,
spitting bars and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
and your wife hitting her upside
with the sign.
And Carmen hitting her upside the head with
oh yeah, the whiteboard.
Hitting her upside the head with, yeah. And then the four-way with Dean Hiram and British Wolf and Marcus Erics and Charlie Avell, and then the Battle Royal, and then
they killed it.
-1 getting his first win.
Woo! Well, he's gonna be something, man. He puts the work in. That kid is definitely, putting the hours in. I'm scared of him. I run from him. He can't catch me, I'm fast. So he's not that quick.
I was like Dean Alexander, man. This guy can't catch a break, man. Poor guy. Got beat by Dylan McQueen. And then
-1.
Dean, maybe next time, man. Just keep on persevering, bro. I'm not making fun of you, man. Trust me. We all have bad times, man.
Oh yeah. He's great. With everybody there, like they do the work. There's no, you can't BS, you can't not do the work. Like if you're there, just do the work. Like
yeah. So now you did the 12 weeks of training. You got certified, you got you're good to go. You are now officially a professional wrestler, an official graduate of the Nightmare Factory. You got the student showcase going on, you got the Battle Royal. What was going through your mind when, you have to take part in that Battle Royal? Were you like nervous? Or were you like,
Uh-oh. He done got cut out.
oh, all right. I'm sure he'll be right back, right?
Oh yeah, he'll be right back. It's all good, man. But yeah, man, you were talking about Jet Date earlier, man. That dude does have a glorious mullet. I did want to say that.
Oh my
man.
God, right?
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah.
And he didn't have that in the beginning of school. Like I think halfway through, or maybe a little bit in, he came in one day. I'm like, man, that's a nice mullet. You look like a real wrestler.
That's right. Yeah, it was glorious.
It is glorious. It's a great word.
Yeah. So were you like, when you had that Battle Royal, were you like nervous, like this is my first match? Were you like, Cody and Glacier and Coach Ian and the rest of the gang, and QT Marshall, can't forget QT Marshall.
No,
QT, please don't set your gang on me.
The factory will get you.
They trained me for this.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. I don't know. I know people say be nervous. It was, like you said, great teachers, and you do what they say. So if they put me in a Battle Royal, that's what I'm there to do. It's, there's no egos, there's no anything. It's just I'm going to make the best with what they give me and try to, make whoever I'm wrestling look great as well. Like I think Eric hit me with the 3 amigos or 2 amigos and an execution. But whatever, I'm there to make you look good and be super safe. Like that's what I want to be, like the safest, and Shawn Michaels selling and whatever. It's just, we had great teachers, so there's really no need to be nervous. I mean, I guess some people get a little nervous, but not with such great teachers. I think QT is one of the most underrated wrestlers on earth. Like he can do everything, and hopefully everybody's going to see that real soon because he's amazing.
I've known of him since 2012, since he appeared on Ring of Honor, and I always knew that he had it in him to like go far and whatnot. And I'm glad he's like getting this chance with AEW, and you know the storyline he's doing with Cody Rhodes and leading his own faction and so on. By the way, those Nightmare Factory shirt, no, was it Factory shirts? They look fresh. I might go and get me one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I definitely might go and cop me one.
Yeah, and Nick, how scary is Nick Camarado? Like that guy is scary. Like, whoo,
man. I would be like, hey, he's a guy I wouldn't want to meet. There's guys you don't want to meet in a dark alleyway somewhere, and then there's guys that you don't want to meet during the day. Nick Camarado is one of those guys. I wouldn't want to meet him I wouldn't even want to meet him at noon on a busy highway. I'd be like, look, man, take what you want. Just don't beat me or kill me, man. Like, just take whatever you want.
Yeah, man. Woo. He's a little bro. He's a scary dude. He's a monster, and that's when I see him.
He reminds me of there used to be a wrestler called Norman the Lunatic. Okay. He reminds me of him and Rob. You probably remember Norman. Well, he eventually became Bastion Booger.
Okay,
but Norman the Lunatic and Bruiser Brody. That's who Nick Camarado reminds me of.
I could see that.
Yeah. That man is just wild looking. I'm like, hey man, just hey. But yeah. So now that the Student Showcase 2 is over, what is next for Lewis Lessons?
All right. Yeah. I mean, I have some surprise things going in the works right now. I just got these new. I'm going to try to wrestle next time in Jordan 1s instead of, because I had a little issue with my boots. You know, I'm not going to say any names, but it was just a fiasco. You know, you guys know the meme where it's like what I ordered and what I got. Like,
yeah.
You seen like those memes, or like Amazon and Wish or something like that. But it is what it is. So I just have some ones that came. So I feel like next time I'm in the ring, I'm going to try to pull some maybe moonsault or jump spinning back elbow. I don't know. I have something up my sleeve. I know Karma's doing a show for Shine next weekend in Tampa. I guess that's the women's. Yeah, right. Super excited for her. Like, because I hear nothing but great things about that promotion. So we're very excited for that. And then after that, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm very glad she got that. You know, I hope that you actually get a booking around there too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, definitely. Definitely hope that you get, because like I said, man, you are a talented man. I saw that, was it the springboard thing you did on your Instagram where you jumped up on that top rope? I think you called it a springboard, and he did like a 450. I'm like, yo, Lewis, I got my eye on you, man. Trust me, I'm telling people.
And we didn't do. That's the thing. Like with class, we're all about the fundamentals. So that was like one of the last nights of class. They're like, just do whatever you want. Fine. So that's what I was waiting for all year, because they're very strict, and I love it, because the fundamentals and the basic things are what going to make us so much better than other people that they come into the school and they're like, I'm going to do a 450 the first day. It's silly to me. So one of the last days, like, let me just try to mess around in here. So it's just, AJ Styles, Phenomenal Forum, this, that, and the other. Like, wow, all right. I think I have really good balance from playing hockey my whole life or whatever. And I'm going to use that. So like I said, eventually I think Karma and we're going to put a ring in our backyard just so we can, get in there every day, because, most people think it's a trampoline when you take a bump, but it's really not.
No. Me and Rob, we know better. Rob is actually about to be he tried being a ring announcer. He's trained to be a referee.
Oh, nice, Rob! Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Try my best.
Do it, man. You can do it. Definitely.
My first wrestling match my first wrestling match I ever saw first indie match was actually this place down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, like 9 years ago actually. And my buddy Chris Cartwright, he actually took for doing camera work for, and I got to see them put up that ring, and I was like, yo, Chris, like for real, like that's all they have is like padding? He's like, yep, that's all they have is padding. And I'm like, wow, like man, That's why I always respect the businessman. Like I don't think I'll ever be a wrestler, but like I respect what y'all go through with y'all bodies, and that's why when I see like I try to be the best wrestling fan I can be and just act accordingly, act normal. Don't get too excited. I mean, show respect, but at the same time, you know, draw that line, give people space. Cheer for your favorites. Put a couple of boos for the bad guy. Buy your merch and then, you know, have a good night. Go your way. You know, because I know what you guys go through. The training, you know, you gotta train and whatnot. And then you gotta work out too. You know, and I remember there was this one fan that was like, he interrupted Randy Orton. He was taking pictures when Randy Orton was working out. Randy said, "No pictures, just leave me alone. I just want to work out." And he kept doing it. And Randy got mad at him and yelled at him. And then people were like, "Oh, he shouldn't have done that to the fan. He shouldn't have yelled at the fan." I'm like, but I knew where Randy was coming from because I work out. And I'm the kind of person, unless it's my mother, I will have an attitude if you call me for some nonsense. Like, I will spaz out. If I'm in the middle of my reps or doing cardio, I'm jamming to my music, like, bing, 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 and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Hey, I just wanted to say hi and tell you this stupid joke. I'm like, dude, you got 10 seconds to hang up before I tell you off. I know what he went through, and I know what y'all go through, man. Like, I got a pretty good idea. So
he's a person, man. Some of these people think that they're the real character. They're, you know, like, he goes home and wears his, you know, whatever vest and all that stuff. Like, bro, he's a real person. They're real people. Like you said, you work. Oh, look, Jet Dade commented in the thing. There you go. Let Jet Dade in the chat. So he's here.
The glorious mullet. The glorious mullet.
Yeah, there it is.
I need some tips on that, man.
Jet Dade.
My hair. Woo.
Jet Dade, if you're watching, we coming for you too next, man. Don't go too far. So don't go too far. Save a beer pong table for me. We gonna talk about you being on the show. So don't go too far, brother.
Nice. That mullet.
But yeah. So you know, your style of wrestling, is it safe to say your style of wrestling is more like the lucha libre? High flying.
Definitely, so I think I'm going to go that route. A lot of chain wrestling, maybe, and maybe submissions and stuff, but definitely more, you know, high spots. Maybe not too many, but a little. Sprinkle some in there.
I always said that if I ever had to wrestle like somebody, it would. If I had to like draw inspiration from a couple of people's styles, it would be a mixture of Kurt Angle, Owen Hart, who was one of my favorites. R.I.P. Owen Hart.
Hell yeah.
And the Samoans, because I'm a huge fan of the Samoan dynasty. And I'd always say that. And the reason why I mentioned Kurt Angle is because a lot of his moveset that he did when he started, he could still do it this time. Which is what a lot of wrestlers, they start out doing one set, but because they get older, you know, they can't do it. But Kurt Angle was able to like keep doing what he did when he first started. Who would you say inspires your like in-ring? Like, I know obviously Cody and QT and Glacier and the other coaches trained you, but who would you say inspired your style?
Yeah, I want to be, I guess, more like AJ mixed with a little, like we said, Macho Man mixed with a little Bret Hart technical submission type of thing. It's just not too crazy. That's why I wouldn't say, you know, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, crazy. I mean, I'll do a Swanton, but just a mix of, like you said, Kurt Angle would be cool because I wrestled in high school, so maybe go more towards that. But definitely, I feel like AJ, you know, Shawn, Bret, just a mix of every. I just want to take a little bit from everybody because they were all so amazing. Like, and it's how can you even compare? You know, these guys are legends.
Yeah, they definitely are.
You said Owen, even
AJ Styles, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say even Owen Hart. Like, I was just watching a lot of his older stuff because, you know, I've been, like I said, I was at everything in New York. So when him and Stone Cold at SummerSlam with that whole drop on the neck crazy situation, like I was at that one. Like it's just it's all about trust, and this is really, it's not like they say it's not ballet, but it's about trust, and it is. I don't care what anybody says. Like it's real. The falls are real. Like Bad Bunny, he's another one. Killed it, right? Like, it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like I love it because he put in the hours.
That's why I tell.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's why when people say it's fake, I'm like, okay, well, guess what? You go do it. You go do it and land the wrong way or run the ropes the wrong way and see what happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell people. I'm like, I'm not going to do it because I guess I know what it is. You ain't got to tell me. I've had people that have like did not expose the business, but have said, yeah, man, my body hurt. I feel like I was in a car wreck and all that. And I'm like, when people say it's fake, I'm like, yeah, you go ahead and do it. Let me know how it works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Run the ropes, do a move wrong and land wrong and see if it's still fake.
It drives me crazy because I'll be on WrestleLink, obviously the website, and I'm always reading the comments like everybody else, and just everybody's an expert. They've never taken one bump, but these guys will talk crap about QT and this one and that one. It's like, you have no idea. Like our first month, there was 1 week where it was just back elbow bumps, whatever it was. I remember me and Karma were just getting into bed like an old man, could barely move, turn, like he just got to one perfect spot and couldn't move all night. Like you said, it was like car wreck. Like the ropes hurt. Those aren't soft ropes. Like it's cables. Like it really is just, I don't know. I hate when people say it's fake. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, like I said, yeah. But like I said, I'm glad that y'all actually put on a show for us, and this is why we start this podcast, because we don't care if people don't make it WWE or AEW or Impact or whatever. The fact that once you step in that ring and put on a show, we want to hear from you. We don't care. I just got 2 more questions, Scott, before I turn it over to Rob. I know Rob has a couple for you as well. So my next question is, in terms of, so several years ago, your coach, Cody Rhodes, he left WWE and he had a list of wrestlers that he wanted to face in the very near future. And he actually posted that list on social media. And several other wrestlers started doing the same thing. So my second to last question is, who is on Louis Lesson's top 5 that he wants to wrestle?
I mean, my top 5 is, I guess, different than a lot of people's, because the people like I would want to wrestle aren't even here anymore. Like you just said, Owen Hart, Mr. Perfect, Macho Man. But I want to do something with Karma at some point, whether it's intergender on a team or me, husband versus wife, so I could just rock her, hit her with something crazy. I don't know. That would be great. And anybody in my class, like I said, Dylan, Wolf, anybody. We had just such a great class. Like you said, doing heat drills with QT and Cody was one of the best days of my life, just because you're in the ring with Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall, and they're putting heat, beating the crap out of you, and it's just, I don't know. I'm weird. I'm all messed up in the head. Like some people like that. Maybe I like the abuse, but it was just an amazing experience. Oh, look at this one. Oh, look at this one.
Oh, he wants
Hey,
to claim
Karma, how you
me,
doing?
the principle of karma. Boop. Hi guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
That's
pretty
right.
good.
I guess she heard me from the living room, but now my dinner is gonna get burnt or something.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's gonna poison me. But yeah,
Oh man.
Anybody, like you said, there's just so many talented wrestlers. I don't even understand all the releases, WWE, well, whatever. Like the future is bright, and whatever's meant to be is gonna be.
I honestly, this may sound weird. People may people may be listening to this and be like, Remy, you're pandering towards WWE, but I really and truly hope that this is a sign of something good for all parties, those released in WWE. Because I've been hearing some rumors, and I'm not even gonna say it anymore because I said it on our last episode, which featured a fan, and I'm not gonna encourage that. But Rob, you've heard the rumor. Louis, if you haven't heard the rumor,
Yeah, I'm sure. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want people saying Remy Blue from ringside to side. He said it because now people are gonna look at me like I'm Dave Meltzer, and I don't want that either. And I'm not saying he's a bad credible source, but I just don't want that label as being the source. But I hope that I'm very sorry those people lost their jobs, and I really hope it turns out good for them as well. And and they're able to like, get back on their feet and so on. Which is why I tell people we need to support these other companies too, because stuff like that happens. How are these people going to pay their rent, their bills? They got families to feed and so on. As you said, there are people like us too.
Of course.
So, yeah. So I just got one more question before I turn over to Rob. In terms of professional wrestling, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So in 5 years, I have to be just working in the industry, whether it's wrestling or something else. Like I have, degrees in graphic design and stuff like that. So whether it's that, whether it's balleting, whether it's being like Reggie with Carmella, I have no problem being, like that, jumping in the ring, hitting somebody with something, springboard something and rolling out. Whatever it is, just in some way, shape, or form, working for some company in this industry that I love and showing them that I'm an asset and just growing. Like I said, I know everyone's like, I want to be the world champion. I'm just being realistic. I'll start from the bottom, work my way up, and show them my worth, honestly.
Awesome. Well, I definitely hope you reach a goal that is even more than what you expected for the betterment as well too. And I'll tell you what, if I ever I pretty much like yelled at the top of my lungs, screamed at the top of my lungs when I saw Diamond Sheik and Austin Green on there. I guarantee you, if I ever see you on AEW Dynamite, whether it's just an appearance where you're walking out with Cody or QT, or if you're wrestling somebody, I'm first thing I'm gonna do is call Rob. And I did it with Rob before, and people are probably tired of hearing me say this story over and over again. We had a guy named Danny Limelight. You probably heard of him, the Radioactive Pop.
Oh my God, this guy can do anything. He's ridiculous, the stuff he does.
So we had him on our show, and I think probably a couple of weeks later, we see him on AEW Dynamite. I see him on AEW Dark actually, and I'm like, I call Rob, I'm like, hey Rob, are you on YouTube? He's like, no. I'm like, dude, go on YouTube. He's like, okay, I'm on YouTube. I'm like, okay, look who's wrestling. He's like, oh snap, Danny Limelight.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's great.
So if I see you on there, I'll definitely do the same thing. I'm like, yo, Rob, check it out. Look who's on.
I hope so. Yeah, speak it into
All
the
right.
universe. It's all great things are coming for everybody. I want everybody to get everything they want. And now that the world's just getting back to normal, just everybody.
I'd take a selfie in front of my TV and be like, that's right.
Rob, you're
That's
going to be
right. Lewis
reffing. What are you
Lessons?
talking about? You're about
That's
to be
right.
reffing that match, Rob. You got
Oh
this.
yeah, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. I got to count the 1, 2, 3. Got
Yeah, give me some quick counts, all right?
There you
Remember
go.
this day.
I got
Be
you.
like,
I got
yeah,
you.
For, June 3rd. Be like, yeah, remember that, Rob?
Yep, there you go.
Fast
I got
count.
you.
Love it.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and turn over to Rob. I know Rob, you got a couple questions. So Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Remy. So what's going on, Lewis, man? How's everything going your way, man?
Great, man. No complaints, right? Life is great.
Oh, nice, man. How's the weather, man? Is it hot yet, man? Is it getting there?
I mean, being here is better than shoveling snow, right? So
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'll stay here. You're in Delaware, right? So
Yeah, I'm in Delaware.
You get a little change of seasons, but at least you can gamble, right? In Delaware.
Oh, yeah. We got all gambling. All
Okay.
gambling. We're like California, pretty much, man.
Okay.
We have no sales tax here, though, man.
Nice.
So if you go, you go to the store, chips are 99 cents. You go give $1 and get change back.
I had a friend who lives there, and every time you buy a video game, it would be $59.99, and they give him 60 and get a penny back. I was like, man, I gotta get out of New York. Like,
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But yeah, man, like you were talking earlier, man. Like fan, I wanted to bring it up, man. Saying, oh man, it's all salt, it's all fake pad. But yeah, like you said, man, you used to wrestle in high school. That pad, I'm telling you, that pad in high school is thicker and softer than what y'all land on. Because I used to wrestle in high school too.
Okay.
And I was like, when I helped put the ring together, I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. This little.
Yeah, just that, and then you got like whatever you do, 2x10s, 12s, whatever it is, however you like. It's like
It hurts.
Yeah. So when they're getting that on the Olympics or whatever, high school wrestling, that pad is softer than what y'all land on.
Absolutely.
That's why man, that's right. So yeah, man, I want to talk to man on that match, man. That match was great, man. I loved it, man. I was enjoying it. But that first dude, man, that got eliminated himself, man. Why didn't he give like an Austin Powers judo chop, something, be like,
Yeah, right.
Oh man, okay, it ain't gonna work. Then go. Nah, he said,
I'm out.
yeah, I'm out.
Menace. He's a big guy, New York Menace. That's a big dude. Yeah. Like He's strong.
Oh yeah, man. I seen y'all trying to jump on him and all that stuff. I was like, oh man, he's like, "Raw."
That right? We should have started like that. That's what I said. Like, God, we got to get this guy out. He's too damn big. But,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then yeah, man, yeah, and everybody had to, split apart. Like, oh man, yeah,
like,
but
nobody
man,
listens, man. They don't listen to me. But
yeah, when you took that, I don't know what the two amigos and DDT. I don't know what you would call it. I wrote down, what would you call it? No es muerta. You know what I mean?
think
That
so.
move. Yeah,
That-
I was like, okay, yeah, that's right. That was awesome right there.
Eric,
Woo.
yeah, he's great. I think his cousin was in class 1, so they're like a
Okay.
tag team. Him and his cousin, they both have masks. But yeah, I think he was influenced by Eddie Guerrero also. But he said he wasn't going to do the Three Amigos because he doesn't want to ever disrespect Eddie, so he's going to end it
Gotcha.
with the execution. So I was like, listen, whatever, I trust you. Do what you got to do. Like, I'll protect myself because we had great teachers, so I'll take whatever. Like, but yeah, that was and then I got knocked out trying to go for the phenomenal forearm, like, and just got cracked on the way up. But it was fun. It was amazing. Like, I have no complaints over here.
Oh yeah, my dog's there because when I was watching, my dog's there, because I yelled because I when you got eliminated, I was like, no, I started yelling. They're like, oh, what was going on? You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, my bad. My bad, dogs. I'm sorry. I was like, dang, that came out of nowhere. Woo.
Just gotta try to entertain everybody. Like I said, it was fun, and just whatever they give you, just there's no reason to be negative. Some people are, oh, you know how it is. I'm not in the main event bubble. Like, just be happy, man. We're wrestling. We're doing something that people wish they could do. Like, it's definitely fun. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Because man, like this battle royal is a little chaos. It was a little chaotic, but I'm happy that you enjoyed, what we did.
I loved it, man. It was awesome. And then, man, you and it was Liam, I think, man. Y'all took some chops, the Flair chops, man. But he took, it was 3 of them. And then the crowd kept egging on him. What's his name? He was just like, all right, one more, like one more time. He's like, all right, I know. He was probably like, come on, man. Like, oh man.
Oh yeah, those chops. That's another thing. People think it's fake. It's not. Sometimes people don't want to throw them because you're gonna get a receipt. So they're like, I'm not throwing chops. But I don't know. One of the Spencer kids. Woo! She chopped me once in class. She got a crazy chop. Like, I don't ever want to get chopped from her again. Like, so these girls, we had some tough girls in there. Those 4 girls are not just because they're my classmates. Like, they brought it.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, man. Yeah, that whole showcase, man, that was awesome. I definitely got to check out number 1, man, because I haven't seen a whole thing of that. I've checked out some of it, but yeah, 2, man, y'all just killed it. Yeah, like Remy said, what was it? WrestleMania Backlash or whatever. Yeah, man. That y'all didn't have zombies in there. I'll just say that. You know what I mean? You didn't have zombies attacking everybody and
oh my God.
disappear for a while. Like,
I don't. Whatever. That's.
Now I could have bought, like, if it was Halloween and you were doing something dumb, I'd be like, okay, I'll give you that. But yeah, it's like, May. Like, come on, man.
It's so strange. I wanted my ring name to be Vince Retire. Like, that was going to be my name, but
that's funny.
But spell retired different. But I don't know if I'd get any heat for that one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm trying to just for now, like, it would be Lewis Lessons or Louis Levels because I'm a gamer. So I'm still like trying to figure out how we're going to work with that because the Lessons thing was more of a heel and it was more like lessons where it's like like things where it's like don't eat dairy or brush your tongue and all these things.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to be a face more because the little kids really gave me a passion more for it. I remember like. They were little kids one time I wrestled and they're so into it. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? So I'm still working on whether it's Louis Levels or Lewis Levels or I honestly don't even know. I just want to keep putting the reps in and getting better right now before I get stuck with whatever my gimmick's going to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no zombies. Please, God, don't let me be a zombie.
There you go. Yeah. So, man, you were just mentioning, man, you're a gamer, man. I did see some of that when I was doing a little research. You had a little, GTA pick, you know what I mean? I think it was on Instagram or whatever, man. Yeah. So are you still playing that online or what games are you playing right now, man?
I play everything. Lately, I've been playing Knockout City. It's like a dodgeball game that just came out. It's on every system. It was free, I think. But I just played, obviously Madden, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Call of Duty, Halo, everything that's all the single player bangers on PlayStation, like The Last of Us or God of War, and Smash Brothers. I try to get Carmen into Mario Kart. She likes like VR, like Beat Saber. She loves VR because I guess it keeps her active. She can't sit still. That's the one thing about Karma. Like wanna, today I was like, let's go see A Quiet Place 2. She's like, no, I don't want to sit in the movie. Blah blah blah. Like, come on, like I'm not mad at her. I rather because she's active and she pushes me to be better. Like when I first met her, I was eating 20 chicken nuggets every night at McDonald's and drinking like Arizona green tea, telling her that, oh, this is healthy, blah 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 blah. And she's like, that's pure sugar, you know. So it's great having a great woman in your corner or a significant other, just because they make you stronger. Like she's made me the best version of me. And I hate when guys will be like, oh, you're whipped, bro. Come out. But like, I'm not stupid. I got the life. Like if you guys see my setup, it's crazy in here. Like I can't complain. Like I'm really blessed, and I just she's the best. Like,
That's right.
And she'll mess me up. You see, she will mess me up. So I'm listening out here. Like, is she listening to me in the hallway? Got to be careful sometimes. You know, women, they have like a volume knob where they turn up the volume and they can hear you. Like she can be across the street and she'll hear me. Like, she's the best.
Yeah, they got that sixth sense.
You guys know. You know.
6, 7 cents. Woo. Oh yeah, man. Look, I'm 39 and never been married, so yeah, I definitely know.
Okay,
Woo.
Yeah, Rob, you know, you guys know. Like, I wouldn't trade her for anything.
Oh.
She was last week. She was gone for a couple days, and I'm over here burning we get like Mega Fit meals and those pre-cooked meals. And 2 days in a row, I burned my lunch. I'm like, damn, man, I miss Karma. Like, I need her here. Like, the house is falling apart. She's over here worried that I burned the house down, but yeah. She's the best, and I love it. You guys should have seen her bumps when she first started. They were the worst. Like she was so scared to bump. It took like the first 3 weeks or a month, and then one day she's just like F it and did it. And ever since then, she's a pro. But I'm so proud of her. Like I can't wait for you guys to see what's next for her. Like I said, I know she's gonna kill it in next weekend.
Oh yeah, I know she is too, man. Yeah, she is awesome. You know what I mean? She be out there kicking butt.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, man. I wish I could, hopefully one day I'll find a lady like that, help me, get me on the right path, because I'm a heathen. You know what I mean? So, I'm not as much of a heathen as I was, but I'm a little better. You know what I mean? I'm not as bad as my friends that sit on the couch, thinking that they can get to an MMA fight and slam people around. It's like, really? They train like 8, 10, 12 hours a day, whipping ass. You get home from work and drink 40s and smoke Newports. Like no, man, nah.
Everybody's an expert, right?
Yeah.
No. At least
you might be good for the first 10 seconds, and then when you're like, they'll be like, oh, now I'm ready to fight. Okay, yeah, I do this all day.
Yeah. Everyone with the mouth, they talk about it. Even wrestling. Like, it's no joke. Like, you will get blown up real quick. Not everyone thinks it's so easy, but we did the broom drill. That's one of the drills. It was like a big thing for them. Things torture. It's the worst. I think it was from Dusty Rhodes and started it, from what I understand. But that's a rough one. The broom drill, like X, Jet Dade, whoever you have on next, we're like, yo, what about the broom drill? Who said blah blah blah? I'm like, broom drill, blah blah blah. But it makes you better, right? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So that's
right. Yeah, man, because if you're doing them like 10, 20, 30-minute matches, you don't want to be sitting there, everybody looking at you and you're like, you're gonna be like, yo, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Like Captain America. I can do this all day.
All day,
I can do this all day. Let's roll.
I'm not up to that yet. I'll give you a good 5 minutes, 6, maybe 8.
You
know? 30 Iron Man match? No. Like, I'm a realist. Not yet. No,
not yet.
Not Kenny Omega. I'm not Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Cody. No.
That's right. But like when we were talking about games and stuff, man. You're saying you're playing Mortal Kombat, all that stuff, man. Right now, man, I went back to my Mass Effect Legendary Edition, man, because I love those games, man. They're my favorite. Yeah, so I had to get them. I'm working on that, man, right now. So
I love that. So many choices, right, that you can make in those games, and it's all connected. That's great. I love that. Zelda. I try to get Jackie. There's just so many great games. The thing that drives me crazy is I wasted so many years playing games when I should have been in the ring. Like, I should have been straight from high school instead of college, instead of, like, my gamer score is ridiculous. Like, big deal. You know what I mean? It's like I'll rock Cody and all of them in Halo if they want it. Big deal. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, I can't keep up with them in the ring, but I can win in Halo. That's why I got to just get back in the ring. Like, but games kept me out of trouble. I'm sure, Robin, they saved you money, right? You're home playing a game. You're not out wasting money. You're not hurting anybody.
No. Plus, I don't drink any alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Okay, so, that's us too. We're the same way. Like, no cigarettes, no alcohol, no pills, none of that crap. Like, just Mother Nature. I guess RVD.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Matt Riddle.
Yeah, there you go. But man. Yeah. Dude, look, yeah, because I remember when Karma was on, and I asked her the same thing. I was like, look, when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't drink or anything, at all. And on that, do they look at you like you got like, like crabs just came out of your ears? They're like,
Oh yeah, look at me like we're
what?
crazy because
Yeah.
we don't like. I'm kind of mad. Like I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like it leaves you out of the camaraderie. But I mean, to me, if it doesn't do anything positive for me, why am I gonna put it in my body? Like I have a goal that I'm trying to achieve and get to. Why am I gonna eat garbage and drink? Like I get it. Some people do it sometimes, but there's also people that do too much of anything. And
Yeah.
I just don't want to go back there. When my 20s, I partied, I did my thing, but now I have different goals. And like you know how it is. Like don't push your stuff on me. Like some people like pushing their religion or pushing like you said, oh, you got to drink, stop being you know what. It's like, come on, man, worry about yourself. Like I'm good. I feel great. Like I'm trying to look young forever. Like you keep drinking and age yourself and smoke your Newports and do whatever you do. But I don't want to be a vampire. I'm trying to stay looking young forever. Like that's my plan.
That's right. Yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah, because they'll look at me and be like, "What in the world?" But I've had people, hand me a shot, like, "Nah, I'm good." You know what I mean? Come on, you ain't trying to have fun. I'm like, I'm having a blast. You know what I mean? You're obviously the one not having a blast or something. Worry about me or something.
Exactly.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun, man. Worry about you. I'm good.
So true.
Yeah. Plus, man, you know what I mean? If y'all, need to go home or whatever, man, I got y'all. I'm gonna make sure y'all safe, man. You all gonna wake up tomorrow, you know what I mean? There ain't gonna be, blah blah blah, nothing in the newspaper, you know what I mean? You'll just wake up in your bed like, yo, thank you, bro. That's right. I
appreciate it. No, and some people, it's a mind thing. Like some people are weak-minded, so like I'll try to, test my mind and put myself through things, not just like working out type of things, but like work out your mind and have some self-control. Like nobody does that anymore. Everybody just instant gratification. They get what they want it now. But I don't know. I live my life different. If they think we're crazy hippies or whatever they think, whatever. Like I'm happy. I know Karma's happy, and we're blessed. And try not to stress because stress kills.
Oh yes, it does, man. That's why I try to live a peaceful life, man. Like I've been watching My Name Is Earl and stuff ever since Karma was on the show. I was like, oh, I gotta watch that show, and I've just been yep, that it's true. You know what I mean? You do good things happen, bad things happen.
It's so true. Like we found out the secret of life, and people think we're crazy. It's just put out good. Like all we do is put out good, and it's been coming back for years. Like I wish everybody thought like that. Everyone's just so selfish and greedy and materialistic. It's like I don't know. It's been working for me, and I hope that if anything I get into this industry, I could spread that light towards other people. Like just maybe change the world little by little. But everyone's so divided and hateful. It's like we're all humans. We all bleed red if you cut us. So let's just work together. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm crazy. Whatever.
Now, another talent that you also have is you're an artist, man. Like you're do you like when you do it, man? Are you the kind that like does pencil sketching? Do you paint? Bob Ross style, or like
it's weird. Yeah, sometimes not. I mean, more is like graphic art and stuff on the computer. Photoshop things like that. But it's weird you said that because the other couple weeks ago I was like, I don't know. I need to paint. I had a couple, went to whatever AC Moore or Michael's and got some paint and painted some things. It's like therapeutic to me. And I was like, damn man, I like it better on the computer because now I have to clean up all this paint, clean up all these brushes. Like, it's not easy. It's like, I guess when you're a kid, all our controllers, we had to wrap all the wires on the video game.
Yeah.
These kids are so spoiled, man. They don't know. Kids don't know.
Yeah, everything's wireless and all, man.
Yeah. DVR, TiVo, whatever. They're like commercials. Like, they have their iPads. I don't know, you see that this generation is. They don't go outside.
I had a TV in my bedroom. It was 13 inches. If you ever watched The Wonder Years, it was the same exact yellow TV they had in their kitchen. And that was in my bedroom growing up. You know what I mean? I had UHF and VHF. And we didn't get cable out to where I lived, where my mom and dad lived, till like the early 90s. And before then, you had to get one of those big satellite dishes, those NASA dishes in the front yard. My pop was like, no, we're good. We got channel 2, 3, 6, and like 13 or whatever. We're good, and then you can go to UHF or whatever, man. But I was like, all right, whatever.
What'd you have? Like the antenna on the top of the TV with the rabbit ears?
Rabbit ears. Yep, we had that.
Okay, that's what Karma had when I met her. I'm like, you guys crazy? And then her mom's telling me they have high speed internet. And they had dial-up. I'm like, this isn't high speed. So yes, it is. This, and then she's telling me like your TV. She's like, this is HD. I'm like, what? That's not HD. Like you said, 13-inch little TV. And once she got internet, she loved it. Her mom was on the iPad like a pro. Like sending me memes and videos, and I don't know, I love it. Like, it's just so funny.
I remember my mom and dad, when I was a kid, my grandmother passed away, and they got her one of her TVs. It was a black and white TV, and they had that in their bedroom. My mom and dad, for a little, I don't know how long, little bit. But I remember going in there and they'd be like, really? Like, it's like the 80s, 90s? Like, really? Why are you watching black and white TV? And it's like, oh, well, we ain't go out there yet.
Yeah,
TV,
you can't change
like,
them. You know how it is. That older generation, there's no
Yeah.
changing them.
I was like,
they're just
man, all right.
set in their ways.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, man. Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
crazy.
happy that you guys had me. Like, thank you so much. I understand. I told Remy and you guys to apologize. I get it. Like, life happens. It's been crazy weeks. Things happen. So don't apologize at all. Like, just happy to be here.
Oh, yeah, man. We're glad to have you here, man. I'm having a blast chatting with you, man. And yeah. Because I was talking about, I want to talk about artist stuff, and because, man, like, I can't draw for anything, man. The best I can do is stick figures or something. And what's crazy is, man, I can't draw, but all my life, my doctor's been saying I was artistic. But, I can't, I can't draw.
The heck?
Yeah, they're saying I was artistic, man, but, I can't draw, man. I was like, dang. Oh, no, that's from My Name is Earl, man. They were talking about Randy. He was like, man, why can't you draw? Your doctors all your life said you're artistic. Just making fun of him.
Love it.
Yeah, I was just trying to do a little joke. My bad. But you're talking about RVD, Mr. Perfect and stuff, man. People were talking about Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's the GOAT and all. But I say Mr. Perfect is, because I've never seen Tom Brady stand at the goal line, throw the ball in the air,
And catch
run
it.
down there and catch his own touchdown pass. I've seen Mr. Perfect do that. I've
Mr.
never
Perfect.
seen Brady.
He's the GOAT. Brady
That's
who?
right. That's right.
Yeah, no, he was my favorite growing up. Even as a kid, my mom got me all the wrestlers in the ring, like whatever year. And she didn't get me Mr. Perfect. And I was an ungrateful little bratty kid. And even though she got me, 20 wrestlers in the ring, I was like, where's Mr. Perfect? Where's Mr. Perfect? I remember she took all the wrestlers away, the ring and everything, put it away. The next year, I got Cole in my stocking. And then I remember starter jackets and starter hats? Like, that was the thing.
The pullover.
Yeah. I had like a Knicks one, and I think like the zipper melted, whatever it was. She melted the zipper in it was an accident, whatever. I remember she bought me like a generic one. It wasn't a starter one, like, it was whatever brand. And when I got it that day, I'm like, oh, thank you, Mom, so much. It's not a starter, but I don't care. She was like testing me. And then that day she gave me all the wrestlers and the ring back. So I'll never forget that day. It was like Christmas, but not Christmas. So it taught me not to be ungrateful. But that was when Mr. Perfect was, everybody. He had his crazy push, and it's just the lesson learned. And now my niece is always like, remember, you got Cole. Grandma said you got Cole. It's like, shut up, little kid. Like, little bratty kids. Like,
That's right.
but she loves wrestling. She's a Sasha Banks fanatic. So it's funny, I got her into it. Like, my brother's not a huge wrestling fan. Ever since the Montreal Screwjob, he was always a Bret Hart fanatic. So ever since then. But his daughter loves it, and I want him to have her go to school. So I don't even want her to go to college. I want her to go straight to the Nightmare Factory.
That's right.
Like, if I had a kid, they'd be in the ring in the yard at like 3 years old, and they would be the GOAT by the time they graduate. You'd be hearing about that kid. Like, this kid is Ric Flair mixed with Shawn Michaels, mixed with Sting, mixed with The Undertaker, mixed with everybody.
That's right. Man, I'm glad you're saying something about getting coal in your stocking. I thought I was the only one. My mom one year gave me coal and switches in my stocking. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got coal and switches. I was
Dude,
like,
bad kid.
yeah, I was like, man, come on. I think, man, because I wasn't the best in school. You know what I mean? Like, man, it was like, man, I did the work, but it was just so boring for me. I was like, I need to do something else, man. And they were always like, yeah. And my dad, he was like so smart in math. Like, he's like one of them people like, what's this? He's like that.
Oh, okay.
Me, I gotta count I gotta use my fingers, my toes and stuff, man.
That's karma.
He's all like, gee, like, how do you not know this? And I was always in trouble with that stuff, man. I'm like, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't have your, mathematical talents. I can add, subtract, I can count money. That's good enough, you know what I mean? That's what
all
my
you
grandfather
need.
said.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, my grandfather was like, I remember him going like, can you count money? I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, you good. You're good, man.
Exactly.
I'm like, ooh, thank you.
Plus, bro, you can count to 3, right? As a rep?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can
That's
do
all
that.
that matters. And I'm telling you, got that. Like, you want it, you
3,
got it.
5, and 10. 3, 5, and 10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go. Put that on the resume.
That's right. Yeah, man, if anything longer than that, I don't know, man. What's it, 11, 13,
Yeah,
12,
no.
something?
Just
Yeah.
10. We went through
yeah.
that New Japan 20 or whatever.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Thank you guys so much. Like, it's great
Yeah.
to have a platform. And like I said, I hope you get Jet Date on here because he's the man. Sheik. Oh, this is from the Diamond Sheik. Like,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So the plan is we're gonna get Jet Dade. We're trying to get Martinez.
Oh, Chris,
Martinez
big match,
on
Chris. Yeah.
Chris the Matt Platt. I heard about him. New York Menace. He's on our list. There's a couple of guys there that I guess I couldn't find on Instagram. There's one guy named Brady. Couldn't find him.
Okay.
Another guy named High Lobo. Couldn't find him either.
I'll tell Karma. I know she talks to Eric Higher Lobo, so I could have him reach out to you guys on Instagram or something.
Yeah, but we're looking for a couple people, man. We tried Dylan McQueen, but Dylan's busy right now. You know, he's busy doing this thing on Dynamite. So I'm happy for him too as well. I'm actually fun fact. I saw Dylan McQueen I knew about him when he was a manager in OVW, which is where he started. He used to manage for one of these. I forgot what his guy's name was. Muscular, big dude. Dylan himself would tell you who he is because obviously he was there. But I remember seeing OVW's come out with a pink business suit. I think he had the crown on his head, and he would actually manage that guy.
Oh,
and when I saw him in class 2, I was like, Dylan McQueen's wrestling now? I was like, I gotta see what this guy has. And that main event I was blown away. I was like,
he's so entertaining. He's on another level. Like,
if I asked Dylan McQueen, I'm like, Mr. McQueen, where were all those skills in OVW? You were hiding out. You were holding out on us, weren't you?
probably, yep. He's the man.
Go ahead, Rob. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
Oh no, you're good, man. I was gonna say, just before I pass it on back to you, man. I just had one more thing, man. From moving to New York to Florida, man, have you ever come across any of these swamp monsters and stuff? Because I know you get Everglades is down there, man. I'm always watching these on Travel Channel and Science Thing. They're always talking about swamp monsters and skunk apes, and I'm like, yo, man. I remember going to Florida and stuff, man. They had some crazy critters down there.
Yeah, thank God we're close. Like I said, we're like 45 minutes from Jacksonville along the East Coast, so we're not too far into the swamp. And our yard is fully fenced, so I'm trying to keep everything out. Like I'm not messing around. Like I don't even go out there at night. I don't even leave the lanai. Like I heard horror stories, Rob. So I'm good on that. I know there's some alligators and God knows what else out here.
Because I imagine if I ever got a cabin out in those woods or something like for a vacation or something, and I hear some crazy stuff, I'd be like, you ever seen My Cousin Vinny where he just ran out there with a gun, like, playing, just firing, like that's what I would do. I'd just be so scared, like I don't care, go.
Love it. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, but before I pass it on back to Remy, I want to say, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, coming on, chatting with us, man. I definitely had a blast. I wish nothing but the positive things. I hope you go, you're going out soon and kicking ass, taking names, you know what I mean? All that good stuff. Wish positive things for you and your family and nothing but the best, man.
Thank you so much, Rob. Same to you. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other and everybody. It's real soon. Like I said, I got a good feeling. I know you could rep, so keep following that dream because you got it. Like, I know you'll put the work in.
Thank you. I definitely will. That's right.
Yeah, Lewis, thanks a lot for appearing on our show, for giving us another shot. I know we were supposed to have you on before, but like I said, we had a crazy Rob.
Don't worry. No stress. Thank you.
We had an episode. We had an episode that was actually right after Raw, and Rob and I were like all groggy and whatnot. Like Rob was like, I don't know how he kept his eyes open, but yeah, we were all like, still. And then we had our spring giveaway where we gave away a copy of Fire Pro Wrestling World, and we were announcing the winner right after the AEW event last Sunday, and we were all tired. I'm tired. Rob's up there. I know Rob could barely keep his eyes open, and yeah, man, we're announcing the winner and all that. So yeah, it was a crazy week and a half, but I'm glad you gave us another shot.
No, thank you.
Hopefully I can see you guys. Yeah. Hopefully I can see you guys in person one day at an event, because I know that you guys have you guys are actually touring now. You're going to be in Burlington, North Carolina, the 25th of this month, right?
I believe Factory, that's their first show. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if we're in it or not, but no matter what, we'll probably go to support our, fellow teammates. They always say, bring your gear. That's one of the rules. So I always have my gear. I'm ready to go and hit somebody with that phenomenal clothesline. So whatever it's going to be. But yeah, like I said, thank you. Well, I'm sure we're all going to see each other. Everyone's paths, put in your life for a reason. So like I said, thank you so much, Rob. Thank you so much, Remy.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Yeah. Oh damn, Remy done left again, man. Oh man. that
I know my phone's
internet.
gonna die too. I'm at like 2%. But I'm happy I made it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have definitely tried. I would have definitely tried to make that show, but I gotta work. Unfortunately, I gotta work that day because Burlington's I think it's 8 hours away from where I'm at here in North Carolina. But
there'll be other
yeah,
ones.
hopefully I can get. Yeah, I'll make one eventually. Trust me, I will. I'm the kind of guy I tend to travel for shows as well too. I remember one time, I think last December, GCW in Tampa had one, and I actually flew over there for that one. I was like, man, I don't care if they're a whole 2 states away from me, man. I'm tired of this pandemic. I need to see a wrestling show. And that was the one right there, and I found what I was missing all that year. And
Nice.
I'm just glad things are reopening real soon. So, but yeah, once again, before we actually wrap the show, where can fans find you on social media if they want to, find out what your next appearance is? If they want to purchase merchandise, or where can bookers and promoters find you?
Right now, it's just Instagram at Lewis Lessons. No space, and then merch and everything should be out soon.
Awesome. So y'all heard the man has merch coming. Follow the man on Instagram. Follow at Lewis Lessons. Follow the man on Instagram. When the man has merch coming out, for those of y'all listening, for those of y'all watching, buy the man's merch. Support indie wrestling. If you don't support indie wrestling, not only will we have Rob here eat your lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Yes, he will do that and leave you hungry.
Fat Rob.
But we gonna have Karma Dean hit you over the head with a whiteboard. And you don't want that smoke either. So y'all support the man, cop the merch, go to the shows, act right, don't get crazy, but go to the shows, support indie wrestling. That's where most of your superstars on AEW and WWE and Impact and Ring of Honor, that's where they come from, the indies. Support indie wrestling.
Thanks, Remy.
With that being said, hey, no problem, man. No problem. So I got another question. Is there going to be a Student Showcase 3 coming real soon, or
I'm
just
sure
curious?
I'm sure they're going to have something at the end of the thing. I'm sure they will, and they'll give you guys a heads up when it gets posted.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it, man. We promoted that last. We not promoted, but we shared that last one like hell. You were like, this match, we got this match coming up and so on. Make sure you check it out, because we were so excited for that. If y'all haven't seen the Student Showcase yet, the second one, it's on YouTube. You can go and check it out. You don't have to pay nothing. You ain't got to subscribe none. Subscribe to the channel, but go ahead and check it out. They also have the first Student Showcase on there as well. Check that one out as well too. You will not be disappointed. But with that being said, it's about time for us to close this show. My eyelids are getting heavy. That means it's time for a bit of a nap. Man, Kenny Omega's gonna kill me if I keep stealing that line. But before we actually close the show, Rob, where can fans find you on social media if they want to, be on the show, or just shoot the breeze about wrestling? And where can bookers and promoters find you if they want to, borrow your security or referee, soon to be referee services as well?
You can find me at Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Rob_base82. YouTube and Facebook Rob Base.
And if you want to find me on social media, now that I have anything interesting to say, you can find me on Twitter at @TheRemyBlue. You can also find me on Facebook under Remy Blue. You'll see me. It's a picture of me in a WrestleMania 28 shirt at WrestleMania 28. Our podcast is on Twitter at Ringside Society. We're also on Instagram at Ringside Society. And we're also on Twitch under Ringside Society 2019. And we're also on Facebook, where this episode is actually being streamed right now. Yes, we have a Facebook group. Join our Facebook group. We also have a YouTube channel, which is where this episode is also being streamed. So definitely subscribe. We have a lot of great episodes like this one. And also, Lewis Lesson's classmates like the Diamond Sheik, the Cornerstone of Perfection, Dean Hiram, not Rude Dragon. Rude Dragon's on Blog Talk Radio. Follow us on Blog Talk too, and many others. So definitely follow us on all those platforms. Check out our Teespring. We have merch there. All proceeds from merchandise sales go back into the show, keeping it afloat. We don't keep it in our pockets, trust me. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that actually tuned in tonight to listen to us. We really and truly do appreciate it. Thank you very much. We really and truly, you don't know how much this means to us. To those of you that are going to listen to us later on, when you have time, thank you in advance. And those of you that hate us, can't stand us, and really and truly wish we would just go away, well, we're sorry. But like myself at a Golden Corral buffet, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. So with that being said, we here at Ringside Society just want everybody to know that we are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, Rob, we're not just any podcast. No, hashtag we are not the same. One time for the mind, Rob. One time for the people. One time for the wrestling culture. And one time for Lewis Lessons, who, if you sleep on his wrestling skills, he will teach you a lesson. And all the great folks at the Nightmare Factory, Class 2. What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And with that being said, we will see y'all back again this Sunday. This time it will be with our good friend, George Alonzo, who actually runs Sweetwater Pro Wrestling down there in good old Miami. They have a show coming up. But until then, once again, we're still going through a pandemic. So stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night.
See y'all. Good night.
Stay classy, Delaware.
Stay classy, Delaware.